So that was what my morning routine, which I do every single day before I go to my software job. And I build myself a schedule at the start of the week, and I follow it throughout the whole week every single day. Now it makes it really easy for me to organize myself. But imagine if every single morning I had to write my schedule and write the whole thing through and then do it. It would take a lot of time when I could just automate the process and do it over and over and over, since I'm doing it multiple times. So I'm trying to reuse that schedule for multiple days, since most of them are going to be the same. This is how functions work. Functions allow you to put code and make it reusable. So now with the function, it allows you to just reuse most of your stuff, but you could change little details. And I'll show you how this works in code.
Alright, so before we get into the routine example and we use that throughout our application, we're going to start with the three basic pieces and we're going to break them up. Let's start with loops. So the way loops work is they have a condition. So like if you're still less than 10, keep incrementing by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You hit 10. It does a check, it sees, okay, you're not less than 10 anymore, let's stop. Because if you continued, it would go infinitely. So let's do a little example of that. We're going to use the for loop. So the first thing you need to do is give it a variable to use as a counter. Now we use I, and it stands for index. I can write it out. After we do the index, we give it the condition. So we do index is less than, in this case, let's just do 10. So if that becomes false, so right now it's 0, so it'd be true. And for the next 10 rotations, it's going to be true. But then when it gets to the 10th rotation, it's going to become false, and we're not gonna run through the block again. Now the block is between this quote and this quote. We used squiggly brackets for objects to hold the code inside. Don't confuse that with the squiggly brackets from for loops or functions. These are called blocks of code. When this loop runs, it runs whatever is inside its block. So let's keep going. So the first thing we do is give it a variable to count off of. The second thing we do is give it a rule. And the third thing we do is tell it what to go up by. So I'm going to do I++, which is like saying +1. So let's do that. Now we can tell it to do something. In this case, let's just console.log index. So we can see what happens. And I'm going to go node function yes. Something broke. What's wrong? I used I. My bad. Alright, so let's run this. Let's see what happens. And you can see that it ran 10 times. Now, we don't see the number 10 because like we talked with arrays, the computer starts counting at 0. Or in this case, I had it counting at 0. If I moved it up like this and then made this equal to, I can have it print out to 10. Not a big deal. But it's still, the more important thing is that it goes around 10 times. Now, let's change this to, false. And see what happens when we go to nothing. Why? Because when it's false, it will not run the block of code. We can actually see unreachable code detected. So because this is false, it's pretty much saying you're never going inside this, and then it's giving me that warning. Now if I turn it true, it might give me a warning for infinite loop. It will not. But if I run it, it's never gonna stop. And it goes really fast too, which is pretty insane. So let's stop that. Let's change this up now. So we talked about morning routine. There's certain things that we do. So let's say we do a variable called, so do constant called clean teeth. And clean teeth happens at 100 brushes, right? And we're gonna go here, we're gonna say index at 100, or at clean teeth, you should stop. So when you get to that clean teeth status of 100 brushes, you're good to go. No reason to do it anymore. Then we can go into here, we can do console.log, and we can say brush number just brush. I'm just going to change this back into a normal string. Okay, and there we go. And 100 times it went and it brushed. And we could say down here, so we do that, and at the end it says clean teeth because we've done it 100 times. So this is an example of how to use the loop. Now you could do so many things with this. You can make this a dynamic variable. So let's say like we made a function and we threw in a number, and then whatever that number was, we print that string that many times. So if we throw in clean teeth is, let's say, equal to 5, now this is going to run 5 times. If it's equal to 50, it'll run 50, 500, etc. You know, you get the point. The important things to realize is that you can mess with the counter. So we can actually do, let's say, there we go, like that, and we can do 10. So what this is saying is increment by 10. Every time you run this, 10 will get added. And it gets added to this right here because we declared it there. So it points to that 0, and we're just rewriting that 0 to be 10, and then on the next one we're rewriting it as 20. So once we do that, let's get rid of the brush. Let's put a number in here. You see, it's going to keep going until 500, but it's going by 10 this time. So we went over the for loops. Now let's go over if statements, or conditionals in general. Pretty much what it's saying is, if this is true, run this block of code. So if true, run this. And then you can do else. So if it's not true, now because I put the word true, it's going to say unreachable code detected, but it says hello. And if I go here and false, it says bye. You could do more than that, so you can actually do, so let's say this is false, and we could do else if. So let's take another if statement like up there, so we can put something else in here, and then if that equals true, it'll pass, but if this equals false, since there's no else, it's not going to default to anything, because that's what, when you just have the word else, it's like a default. So we don't have that. So if I do that, nothing ends up outputting. Okay, so we went over conditionals, we went over loops. Let's go over functions quickly. The way functions work, and we'll do them the ES5 way for now, is you give the function keyword, you give a name, you can give an argument, or a parameter would be the better way to call it. So we went over loops, we went over conditionals. Now let's go over the function keyword. So we went over loops, we went over if statements and conditionals. Let's go over functions. So with the function, you have to put the keyword, you have to give a name, and then up here you give parameters. So let's say we give number 1 and number 2. And then down here, we use the return keyword, and we tell it to return 1 plus 2. So now it's going to do that little logic here, and down here I can console.log the result, or really what it's returning. So we can go name. This is how you call a function. So you open it up like the normal way, but without the function keyword, and no block, because it already has those. Just like variables, you don't need to write the var every time. You just need to call that word after you declare it all the way at the top. So we're like, okay, we need a function, it's called name, it takes in 2 things, and it does this. Cool. Now at the bottom, we can call it. So 1 and 2, if I console.log, we get 3. So I'm skimming through loops and if statements quickly because they're pretty easy to pick up. I really want to focus on functions and how to stick everything we've learned up to now together. So I'd recommend going and looking at while loops and for loops, and then looking at if statements and switch cases. So let's start with the function called routine. And routine is going to take in time, let's just do TOD, time of day. And we're going to say if TOD equals AM, we'll run the code in there, and else if TOD, no, I have to do 3 of these. Yeah, I have to do 3 because 1 is to rewrite it. So we get that done, and now we can start writing the actual returns. So the first thing I want to do is I would like to make a loop, or first thing I need to do is wake up. Wake up, it's 6 a.m. Now we can go under that and we can do a loop. Oops, I wrote the word loop. So we do that, and we said it was 100 for clean teeth, right? We do I++. So brush. And we could do a done brushing. So we're done with that. Once we finish with the loop, we can go down here and complete the last step of edit. Now, right now I'm just going to write console.log editing, but if I really wanted to get complicated or go cool, I could do a timeout, which pretty much says within like 10 seconds, then you can put the word done editing instead of running a loop and hoping that it finishes at a certain time. So I'm just going to say editing. So we got that. Now PM is, we can go and take this, right? So brush, and then, oh, whoops. And we do sleep. So let's run this function and see what happens. So it was called, it's called routine, and it took TOD. We can copy paste that. So I'm going to say it is AM, save that, and there we go. We get our whole thing. Let's go to the top. So we wake up, we brush 100 times. We're done brushing, we edit. That's how it works. So in the next video, I'm going to be going to a bit more complicated topics. If you don't understand up to now anything I've done, please let me know so I can fix it. So I can go back and I can fix it, or we can jump in a call. I'm willing to help anyone. I just want to make good content and then every time make it better. So please let me know. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.